What's up, Cooksy Mob? Hey, so I got good news. I got World Supercross information, I got SMX information, and both of it's pretty good. World Supercross, it's not folding. Adam Bailey and the guys at World Supercross are fighting like hell to make sure this thing succeeds. They have done a management buyout. So what this means is now they lost their giant investor, the one that was supposedly had more money than anyone. But sometimes that's a good thing because now you can implement the races the way you want to, the way that they need to be done. A lot of times outside investors don't understand this sport. It is a weird sport in the sense of you have to know it and you have to know the people. What we want, it's different. We're not like the general public. We're just not. We're some weird cats, and I'll just say that, period. I mean, look at me and look. Yeah, we're weird. But those of us that understand, we get it. Adam Bailey gets it. Now, if you don't like World Supercross, just know that even having them around, look what it's done for the level of motocross in the United States. The SMX series was developed. Do you honestly believe the SMX series would not have been developed if World Supercross hadn't posed a threat? I have to say that if nothing else, they have forced these guys to really step up their game and start paying the riders more, having bigger events, and I absolutely love it. So their events, they've changed them. They've canceled the schedule at World Supercross. It looks like they're doing a doubleheader in Abu Dhabi and then a doubleheader in Australia. And I'm not sure if the one in Australia, typically they do Friday night is the Australian Supercross Championship and then Saturday is the World Supercross. I think that's probably how it's going to still be in Australia, but I'm not sure. It might be doubleheader rounds on both so they can get 5 full rounds of World Supercross in to determine a champion. So anyway, guys. And also 3 Palms. Let's keep 3 Palms as a motocross facility. Please reach out to me. A lot of people are looking at it. They're going to buy it. Let's keep it. It's a beautiful facility outside of Houston. Let's keep this thing in the motocross community. Jet skis, they got a lake on the property. And I'll tell you what, I'll make you another offer. If you buy this facility and you want to put a little studio, my ass will move there and do my broadcast from there. So yeah, that's for real. I will absolutely do that. Well, I don't know. We'll talk more about that after you buy it.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Shit, guys, I got done and I forgot to do my sponsor read. Thank Coach Rob at Complete Racing Solutions. Yeah, Coach Rob's got a program for everybody. Check out Strapped if you want to get like the Red Pill shirt, some goggles, and we're working on some cool stuff. Epic Garage Designs. Go to the website, epicgaragedesigns.com. Check out what Club MX has done. Yes, we sold it to Club MX, and they made this badass setup in their garage. So be like Club MX. Check out just the moto pads that you can get from Epic Garage Designs. And also, if you're shipping via trucking company, use Precision Transport. Don't mess around with these knuckleheads, and just ship Precision Transport. And then, if you guys if you like MMA or UFC, make sure you check out Cooksy Media MMA. Subscribe to that page, and I will appreciate it. So now we're actually going to get into it. Sorry about that, guys. So SMX Round 2 is in Chicago on the Super Speedway, and the first pictures I've seen of the track are so awesome. We have elevation change. You forget how big the banking is in a NASCAR race until you see the pictures of them going up and down. And this presents a real problem for these teams. These teams thought, like me and most other people in this, thought that as this sport went, it was going to be like just like Monster Cup or Atlanta Outdoors. We thought we were just talking about stretched out Supercross events, but no, these bikes genuinely need outdoor suspension on a lot of these sections, and it's really thrown these guys for a loop, and I absolutely love it. I love that they don't have predetermined data, predetermined setups, and they got to go there and learn and work their asses off. And we get to see this benefits a lot of the riders that understand testing and can get their feel of their own bike pretty quickly. So, guys like Kenny who understand what to do and run their bikes a little bit soft, that's a huge advantage. I imagine Jet is going to be much better than last week. The Lawrence brothers had a tough time last weekend. But guess what? This weekend's double points. You can totally make up for it. And if you have another bad weekend, as long as it's not horrible, it's triple points at the Coliseum. Now, Hayden Deegan had a good day, but it wasn't a great day. He went 1 and then 5 because he just ran out of gas. And people don't realize how hard it is to ride a Supercross. Like, essentially, keep in mind, guys, the 250s are doing 20 minutes plus a lap. In Supercross, their main events are 15 minutes plus a lap. So you're doing longer than a Supercross main event twice. That's brutal. That's brutal on these guys. It was in the daytime, in the heat, and then now you have a Supercross section, and then you have Supercross really stiff suspension, and you're high speed on this little chop out there. It was something new, and that's why a lot of the guys got fatigued. And it was hot, man. It might not have looked hot, but I was out there walking around, man. I was sweating so bad. But then again, I'm from Vegas where it's dry. But if you guys saw me, I was probably just dripping with sweat, and I looked like I was probably going to have a heart attack. But the humidity, I'm just not used to humidity. It's so dry here in Las Vegas. When I get any humidity, my body just like dumps sweat. It's crazy. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm excited to see the super minis out there. And yes, it's a little bit scary seeing kids out there on a Supercross track. It was terrifying seeing those guys hit that triple last weekend, but it was also amazing. Listen, it's a dangerous sport. You're not going to make it safe. Sooner or later, these kids are going to have to start practicing Supercross because that's where their end goal is, right? So at some point, you got to put them out there. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to get them a taste. And it's not like you're pulling a C Rider and putting a C Rider out there. These are the best of the best in the Super Minis, best of the best in the 65s. And then you'll have next week, essentially, the Supercross Futures in LA just to get ready. And I think that more that we can do that, I think it's better. I hope nothing bad happens. But I mean, at some point, like I said, you just got to go with it and say, hey, ride smart, but this is the type of track you'll be racing on in the future. Yeah. And with these hybrid tracks, it's something we're going to have to get used to. I know a lot of people complained about the cement barriers they had, but it's on a drag strip with 4 lanes. They're cement barriers. You can't just remove those. I don't know what they were supposed to do about those, and I think they handled it as well as they could. I would have liked to have seen more tough blocks stacked in front of them. It's funny, go to the stadiums, you can't get enough tough blocks. They're everywhere. You go out to this race, and they didn't seem to have enough to cover up the barriers. I mean, take those extra tough blocks that you have during the stadiums and just stack them over those walls, just because it's probably not going to happen. But God forbid it ever did. It would be catastrophic if somebody hit a wall at a high speed. It would be absolutely brutal. And these tracks at the SMX, while they're awesome and they're really cool with these outdoorsies, let's get rid of dog legs or S turns, like what I'm talking about. Like if you go slight left, slight right, all you do is prevent anyone from setting up a pass. They call them S turns for single file. That's all they are. I don't like them. I don't think they even belong on racetracks. I understand it, like they look cool on a drawing when you go left, you go right, but you really have to go straight or make like a U-turn. There's certain ways you design a track, but anyone who designs a flowing, sweeping S-turn has never raced. Like that's my specialty. When I raced, I had an older brother who was faster than me all the time. He was a couple years older, so when we practiced, my job was to block him. That's all I did. So I mean, I'm a son of a bitch to pass because that's my whole life. I was blocking. But whenever we had an S turn, I was like, ooh, I got him here. I love those turns because as soon as they go to set it up, I chop them, and then they go to the other side, I chop them there. It's really easy to keep somebody behind you, but they'll learn, and I hope they'll fix that. I know that the track maps were already laid out. They don't like to deviate too much from those, but if they could just add like a stutter bump on the inside of each of those S turns, that might help. There's some little things that they might be able to do, but for the overall, the track crew's doing an amazing job. Those guys are awesome. I love these supermoto tracks, and yeah, I dig it. And then, guys, Ty Masterpool. I just want to talk about Ty Masterpool for a second. This kid is an absolute beast of a human being. It's terrifying to me what he's doing. What he's doing is racing on a appendix that should have been removed. I did an interview with Matt Bell, and he's like, oh, yeah, they took antibiotics, and apparently it fixed it. Apparently that's not the case. He is going to get this thing removed when the series is over. He can't do a full moto, but geez, the determination for Masterpool to get out there and ride. I'm sure they're checking it to make sure it's not going to rupture, but man, like you want to talk about, if you want to just ask me how bad he wants it, wow. I mean, a guy who needs his appendix removed is going to race 2 more races before getting it done. Hands down, you are an absolute savage, and Kawasaki, you're morons if you don't go give that team support, because and I don't want to see Masterpool on a factory ride. I don't think that fits his personality. I think although they want that, they would love that. I think the best situation for Ty Masterpool would be to stay with HBI Racing. They have a good chemistry over there with Braswell, Matt Bell. Like I said, I saw Derek Harris over there. There's a good group of guys. The chemistry in that pit is really good. You know, they all have very similar religious beliefs, although they're not judging of other people, which is awesome. They open everybody, but they are very religious, and it's nice to have that around each other and support each other. And you know, it's a healthy atmosphere for the Masterpools. It's a healthy atmosphere for Matt Bell. And if Kawasaki just adds support to that team, they got themselves a powerhouse for very, very, very cheap. You got look at the fan support for Masterpool. You're trying to tell me that's not valuable to Kawasaki? You can't find that in the budget somewhere to just give him parts, bikes, and maybe some factory equipment that will make his bike a little bit more durable, or some spare motors. Yeah, they need to do that. So anyway, guys, that's it. Remember, if you're buying, selling, or leasing a house, hit me up. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway now. I'm a real estate agent in the Las Vegas area. If you're in this area, I can sell your house, you know, if you help you buy a house or get you a rental. If you're anywhere in the country, let me know where you're at, and I can find you a certified agent in that area that will take care of you. While I'm new to real estate, I'm on a team with some real veterans, so you're not going to get half-ass support. You're going to get exactly what you need out of your real estate experience with me. So anyway, guys, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.